Hi guys, welcome back. As you can see from the schedule in the background, I've played a number of games since the last episode where we finished against Barcelona. I wanted to get the season moving a bit. I think 12 episodes per season's quite a lot. So from now on, there's going to be bigger gaps between episodes, I think, just to try and get through this as quickly as possible. So we've had a bit of a mixed bag of results. Our form hasn't been great. I'm not sure what's happening really. My tactics seem to work. So, I mean, we beat Barcelona 4-0, then we got beat 2-1 by Newcastle, then we beat City 4-0, then we drew 1-1 with Besiktas and got beat 1-0 by Hull. It's just so unpredictable, and I'm trying to get to the bottom of what's happening. But I'll quickly run you through what the goal scorers and whatnot. So, in the game against Newcastle, they beat us 2-1. Gabriel Barbosa got our goal. We dominated the game, to be fair, but Newcastle got the better of us. Then we put 4 past Man City. That was a fantastic performance. We absolutely battered them. Mate, Pogba and Rashford got 2. And then we drew 1-1 with Besiktas. Angel Correa got our goal in that game. It was a fairly boring game, to be honest. I made a few changes. It was we pretty much cancelled each other out, to be honest. Then we got beat 1-0 by Hull in the Premier League. We absolutely dominated the game, but they parked the bus. Raphael got sent off in the 80th minute. They started pushing forward. They got a goal in the 85th minute. Unfortunately, we lost that game 1-0. But then we did get a little bit of revenge on them. We beat them 3-2 in the EFL Cup. Rashford, Renato Sanchez and Memphis Depay getting the goals. Then we beat Swansea 2-1 in the league. Mkhitaryan and Rashford to get them goals. Then we drew 2-2 with Besiktas. The Champions League's been a bit strange for us this season. We've had a few draws. Managed to beat Barcelona, and then 2 draws following that, but we have qualified. As you can see, look further down, we beat Olympiacos 4-1, so we have qualified for the first knockout round. I'll show you that once we've gone through the rest of these games. Martial and Pogba getting the goals in that game. Eric Bailly got sent off. Then we drew 1-1 with Leicester. Paulo Dybala getting the goal for us. Jamie Vardy getting the goal for Leicester. Then we beat West Ham 4-0. Dybala got a hat-trick and Luke Shaw. And then we beat Olympiacos 4-1. Dybala, Rashford got 2 and Correa. So if you take a look at our group, we're second in the group. We're 4 points clear of Besiktas. So we have qualified. The last game is against Barcelona, so we're playing for the top spot. I'm not bothered whether I finish top or not because, to be honest, we've qualified, so there's never really an easy game in the knockout rounds. But that's how it stands at the moment. Let's have a quick look at the league table. We're second at the moment, 2 points behind Arsenal. Partly probably due to our bad run of form. Hopefully we can get a run of good results now and get top of the league and a few points clear, hopefully. Today you'll see 2 games against Tottenham, the first of which is a Premier League game and then the EFL Cup quarter-final. So without further ado, I'll quickly select the team for the first game against Tottenham and then we'll have a look at how we're lining up. Okay guys, so as you can see at the bottom, Ignacio Camacho is currently suspended and Mata is injured. So based on that, this is how we're lining up today. Thankfully, David De Gea is back. So he starts in goal. Raphael, Jimenez, Bailey and Shaw are the back 4. Renato Sanchez and Pogba in midfield. Mkhitaryan on the right. Martial on the left. And Correa in behind Dybala. On the bench we have Willems, Smalling, Santon, Fosu-Mensah, Depay, Barbosa and Rashford. So let's get into this game and hopefully we can kick this episode off with a victory. Vertonghen with a throw-in. Nice early highlight. Correa picks up the ball. Back to Raphael. Raphael goes to Pogba. Pogba runs into the middle of the field. He's got loads of space to run into, but Dele Alli tackles him. Couldn't get the pass into Luan. Jimenez intercepts. Bailey to Shaw. Shaw back to De Gea. De Gea takes his time and then goes along looking for Martial. Dele Alli wins the ball. Lamela back to Walker. Walker finds Eriksen. Eriksen to Lamela. Lamela to Luan. Luan gets the shot away and it's saved by De Gea. So relieved to have David De Gea back in goal. Butland's good, but David De Gea is phenomenal. Raphael with a throw-in finds Correa. It's Mkhitaryan now to Paulo Dybala and it's saved by Lloris. Probably should have been scoring that, a player of his calibre. Mkhitaryan into the box. And it's headed wide for a goal kick. I am aware I've just said calibre and not calibre. I apologise for that, it's just a force of habit. So Renato Sanchez wins the ball, Pogba to Correa, Correa out to Martial. Martial What? I hope that wasn't a shot. It's gone down as a shot on the stats. If that was a shot, then that is potentially the worst shot I've ever seen. Martial, what are you doing? So we're going in at half-time 1-0, 0-0, sorry, wishful thinking. Fairly quiet first half, not much has happened at all, so I'm not going to make any changes. I'm going to have a quick look at their player ratings, because Kyle Walker is on a 6.6, so I'm going to change my instructions to exploit the left flank, because if he's struggling, we might be able to get a bit of joy down that wing, and then we'll get out into the second half, and hopefully we can get a win from this game. So we're an hour into the game. Nothing has happened in the second half at all. Dybala is struggling, but I don't really want to take him off. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring on Rashford for Correa, and I'm going to go 2 up front, see if we can get a goal from this second half. I'm going to change Dybala to support and put Rashford as a poacher. We'll leave it at that for now. Hopefully we can get a goal and win this game. So, De Gea goes long. I've just changed to attacking and just put on work the ball into the box as well. We seem to be giving the ball away too easily. Pogba to Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan out wide to Raphael. Raphael gets the ball into the box and Lloris comes out and claims it. We've absolutely dominated this game. We should be winning. I'll be very disappointed if we don't get a win here, especially now that we're not top of the league. So Bentaleb wins that. It's Wanyama to Enome. Back to Bentaleb. Back to Victor Wanyama. Back to Bentaleb. Gives it to Enome, to Luan, to Bentaleb, to Enome. Enome over the top for Luan. Luan gets the shot away, it's saved by De Gea. Just before he takes that, I'm actually going to exploit both flanks because they've got Jan Vertonghen at left back and he's not the quickest of players, so we may be able to get a bit of joy past him as well. Berardi gets the ball into the box, De Gea claims it. Just over 20 minutes to go, so there's still plenty of time to get a goal. Luke Shaw makes the tackle, plays it over the top to Dybala. Dybala finds Renato Sanchez, gives it to Rashford. Rashford out wide to Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan to Sanchez. Sanchez finds Martial. Martial cuts inside, gets the shot away. Slightly better than the last shot he took, but still off target. Wimmer with the free kick, gives it to Wanyama. Back to Wimmer. Wimmer finds Bentaleb. He's just left his man in the middle there. Luan with the shot. De Gea saved it. I think that was Bailey. He just pushed out to the ball and just completely left Luan unmarked. Kyle Walker taking the corner, collected by De Gea. So I'm going to make another change with 10 minutes remaining. I'm going to bring on Depay for Martial. And I'm going to bring on Barbosa for Mkhitaryan as well. See if we can bring on some fresh legs on the wings and hopefully make a difference in these last 10 minutes. So 88th minute, it's Memphis Depay on the ball now. Back to Pogba. Pogba out wide to Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw gets the ball into the box. I looked like it went out to me, but it can't have done. It's out for a throw-in. So it looks like it's just going to be full time. Shaw looks for the ball over the top. Alderweireld can mop that up. Alderweireld gets the ball clear. Full time whistle goes. 0-0. We get a point from the game. I am a little bit disappointed about that because we did dominate the game. But nothing I can do about that now. Let's move on into the quarterfinal of the EFL Cup. I'm going to tell them I'm not happy because we should have been winning that game. We absolutely dominated, but we just can't seem to finish games off at the moment. I think I'm going to have to make a change in my tactics or something. We'll move on to the EFL Cup game. I'm going to have a bit of a rotation in that game. Potentially play a different tactic or a different formation. I'll have a look and I will see you once I've selected the team. Right guys, so this is how we're going to line up against Tottenham. I've made a number of changes. I've changed a couple of the player roles. I've changed my instructions slightly. I've added work ball into the box. Removed be more expressive. Changed to a normal tempo instead of a higher tempo. So just a few changes, not too many, nothing too major. So we're lining up with Jack Butland's going to come back in on just because as it's a cup game, I like to play backup or young goalkeepers in cup games. Santon on the right, right back. Fosu, Mensah and Smalling in the middle. Willems at left back. Fred and Pogba in midfield. Gabriel on the right. Memphis on the left. And Correa behind Rashford. So let's get into the game and hopefully we can get a victory against Tottenham this time and get through to the semi-finals of the EFL Cup. So Smalling has picked up an injury. Potential foot injury, so he'll have to come off for Eric Bailey. 24 minutes into the game, there's not been a single highlight yet, so That's not a good start. So we'll get back into the game. The stats are fairly even, 3 shots each, 50-50 possession. I don't think it could be more even apart from the fact that we've not had a single shot on goal hit on target. So let's carry on, just see how it goes. So Michelle Vaughan with the goal kick, Wimmer to Bentaleb, to Sun Heung-min, to Luan. Luan gets a shot away and it's wide. I wonder what's happened to Harry Kane, he's not even in the squad. He's injured for 3 to 4 months. That's what's happened to him. So we're going at half time, 0-0 again. Nothing happening again. It's got draw written all over this again. Not going to make any changes. We'll get out in the second half and hopefully we can actually see a goal in this episode. That would be nice, wouldn't it? So, highlight here. Eriksson with a free kick to Son. Son is tackled by Fosu Mensah. Fosu Mensah plays the ball to absolutely nobody. Or, I forgot about our imaginary striker. Danny Rose and Fosu Mensah gets there. Rashford heads it on. Rose intercepts. Bailey wins the header. Correa now to Memphis. Memphis Depay to Marcus Rashford, who is tackled. Dele Alli gets it clear. Fosu Mensah will head that to Santon. Davide Santon into Fred. Fred to Correa. Correa finds Rashford. Rashford to Memphis Depay. Memphis Depay, 1-0. Finally a goal. And you know who you can always count on, and that is Memphis Depay. Correa started the move off, gave it to Rashford. Rashford with the ball across to Depay, who takes a touch, gets the shot away, top bin, 1-0. Santon to take the throw in, gives it to Rashford. Rashford to the edge of the box for Paul Pogba, gives it to Angel Correa, saved by Vaughan. Pogba tricked the whole world there thinking he was going to shoot and he just picked the cheeky little pass to Correa. Should have scored probably. Correa into the box. Headed away by Bentaleb. Willems can pick that up. Jetro Willems finds Pogba and it's the end of the highlight. Loves to cut me off. Butland with a free kick. Pogba flicks it on to Fred. Fred, don't know what he did there, but he's won the ball back. Fred back to Fosu Mensah. Fosu Mensah gives the ball away to Bentaleb. Pierini now. Willems wins the interception and Butland can come out and collect that. Butland goes out wide looking for Memphis. It's Fred to Pogba. Pogba will go back to Fred. Fred to Correa. Correa through to Memphis. Memphis Depay to Marcus Rashford. 2-0. Why couldn't we have done this in the league game? You play a second strength team, you take out half your best players and you go 2-0 up against Tottenham when you couldn't beat them in the league with your strongest team. What is going on? Correa with the ball through to Memphis Depay. Memphis Depay to Rashford, takes a touch. There's the finish, 2-0. So Butland with a free kick. Headed away by Wimmer. Gabriel picks that up to Fred. It's Pogba now. To Correa, to Rashford. Rashford takes it past his man, out to Santon. Santon gets the ball into the box. Vaughan will collect that. I'm going to make a change. I'm going to bring on Dybala for Rashford. As we're playing well, hopefully he can come on and get himself a goal. I'm going to take Pogba off for Camacho and play him as a ball winner. I'm actually going to, when this loads, I'm going to go back into my tactics and put him back to a defensive midfielder. Fosu Mensah wins the header. It's Bentaleb now to Son. Son to Pierini. Pierini gives the ball away. Pogba to Memphis. Memphis runs with it, gives it to Rashford. Rashford takes it past his man, gets the shot away, saved by Vaughan. Memphis Depay is there at the follow-up. 3-0. It really annoys me because, as I said earlier, in the Premier League game we played our full-strength team and we could not score. In this game, I take off half of our best players. Dybala doesn't play. Martial doesn't play. We have a full new defence and we're winning 3-0. I don't know what's going on with our results at the moment. They're just very, very strange. To be fair, I've changed the tactics as well. That could be something to do with it. Let's just quickly move Camacho back to a defensive role. Into the box, headed out. It's Davide Santon now. Santon tries to get into the box. It was blocked. He's picked the ball back up though to Fred. Fred to Camacho. Camacho to Correa. Correa to Dybala. Dybala gets the shot away, hits the post. Rose gets it clear. Berardi will pick that up now. Chance for Tottenham to counter. It's Pierini. Pierini back to Berardi. Berardi is tackled by Willems, and that's the end of the highlight. Corner kick to United now. Dybala into the box. Fosu Mensah's there. Bailey's there, and it's over the bar. So Vorm takes the goal kick, gives it to Kevin Wimmer. Wimmer to Danny Rose. Rose to Eriksson. Eriksson to Anoma. Pierini now. To Eriksson. Back to Anoma. Out to Berardi. Berardi to Son. I think that was meant for Eriksson, but Pierini gives the ball away. Santon picks it up. Fosu Mensah back to Butland. Butland to Bailey. Bailey to Fred. Fred to Correa. Correa over the top looking for Dybala. Wimmer wins the header. Memphis now. Memphis to Dybala. Dybala finds Correa. Correa finds Memphis. Memphis finds the back of the net. And that is a hat-trick for Memphis Depay. He's giving me a real issue now because he's not been starting. Martial's been starting. So I thought, I'll give him a start, and then he scores a hat-trick. So I can't not start him in the next game now. See, he's giving me a real selection headache, he's Memphis Depay at the moment. What a performance from the lad. This is likely just going to be the full-time highlight. He says, hopefully. There we go. Full-time whistle is blown. 4-0 to Manchester United. Much better performance. Unfortunately, we couldn't do it in the league, but we're through to the semi-final of the EFL Cup. That's where this episode will end. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.